Good morning. So today I wanted to show you how I make my shake. So this shake is an anti-inflammatory shake and it's also very filling. I usually have it about 8 o'clock and by about 12 or 1ish is when I kind of feel a little bit peckish. So there's a lot of ingredients in here, but we'll just start with the basics and then you can add on as needed. And I've kind of made this into just like one big there's just got everything in here, but you don't have to do what I'm doing. So the first thing is I use a Vitamix. It's a really good mixer, blends everything really well. Glass of water. My water's filtered, but you can use any tap water or anything that you want to. So we pop that in there. I put some nuts in the morning. This very good for you. Psyllium in there. So I got 2 Brazil nuts. I put a few walnuts in there. But you can have almond nuts, kind of mix it up. Like some days you can have walnuts, other days you can have almonds, just kind of mix up what you feel like. Now next is the anti-inflammatory component of the mix, where what I've done is I bought these little jars and I kind of label them so that you don't have these big packets in the morning kind of opening a bunch of containers. So this is about a teaspoon of turmeric, organic turmeric that I use. And turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory herb that's used a lot in Indian cooking. But to increase the absorption, you need some black pepper. So I put some black pepper in there. I also add a bit of cocoa. Now this is very good antioxidants, magnesium in there, which is great. And then I have moringa, which is also a very healthy herb, I guess. Put about half a teaspoon in that. Now onto this you can add like wheatgrass, you can add spirulina. I have a green mix here that I found that has a bit of everything in there. So I put a teaspoon of that in there. It does taste good, by the way. I know it looks like it doesn't, but it does. Inulin is a prebiotic, a lot of fiber in there, so I put that in there. And then quite a lot of ginger, because ginger also anti-inflammatory properties. So nice big chunk of ginger, pop that in there. Now there's other things that I can add at this point. You can put half a banana in there. You can put half an avocado in there. Avocados are amazing. They've got a good fatty acid component in there, which is really good for you. Bananas have potassium. I usually put just half in there. And I always put some berries in there. Berries are great antioxidants. Blueberries, blackberries. Now you can get frozen. There's organic frozen that you can get. Or some fresh berries. So just a nice handful of berries. But berries are quite delicious. So you can kind of eat them by yourself. You don't have to put them in a blend, but just to make it all easy in the morning. There's a big box of these things that you see in the grocery stores, and they have like either a big bunch of herb mixes or spring mix. So these are great because you just grab them. It's easy, just kind of give them a good rinse. They're all triple washed. And then I really pile this stuff on, like this much stuff in the morning. Talk about getting all your greens in the morning. Yes, yummy, yummy. So pop all of that. Don't forget, in your shake, you're gonna have to have bananas or avocado to give it some better taste. So now onto this, I add a bunch of other things. Now you don't have to do that, but I've got acai mix, which is another great antioxidant. I usually put about a nice chunk of that in there. And then flaxseed mix. So I have something that is, this one's got flaxseed, almonds, Brazil, walnuts, a bunch of CoQ10 in there, but just a good flaxseed mix. It's really good. A nice big chunk of that in there. Flaxseed is really, really good for you. Now, I personally like to add a protein mix to my shake. Now, the protein mix, I kind of mess around with it for a bit. Like I try one type, I try another one. Right now, I'm trying out this perfect amino one. And what I do is I don't like to put things in a packet because I don't want to fumble around with it in the morning. So I put it in a container. I just open the container. I put about maybe 1 or 2 of the protein mix. And then Now I'm looking around to make sure I've got everything in there that I'm going to have. There are other things that I put sometimes in the shake, which are things like B12 complex. Now, B12 is really good for your mental health, helps with anxiety, depression, and it's really important for the body. So B12, I put in a B complex, and what I do is I kind of just open it and put it in here. But I actually took it this morning. Just before this, I had oatmeal in the morning because I've got a very busy day. So had some oatmeal, and I took some of my vitamins in there. Another thing that's really important is vitamin D. Even though you live in a sunny country, sometimes you don't have enough vitamin D. So this is one of the vitamin Ds that I take, 5,000, and B12. Those every single day have to be taken. And anti-inflammatory, this is another curcumin, which is better than the turmeric that we've put in here because the absorption of this is really good. So I'll take that a little bit later. There's other things you can add into this, is cinnamon, which is also very good. So lots of stuff here, but you don't have to start like this. You can start with a basic shake. A basic shake would be like a glass of water, a handful of the spinach in the herb mixes that we put in from like one of these big boxes, and then half a banana, half an avocado, and then you can always put a green blend of something in there. Just put some nuts in there, and then this is ready to go. So I'm going to just Vitamix this, and I don't know if you want to see me Vitamixing. I'm sure that's kind of boring, but hey, I might record that just so you see what it looks like. And then I will drink this, and I kind of just sip this out while I'm driving to work. I just kind of have a little sip and let that nutrition get into me, and it really makes a difference. This is really, really good stuff. So here we go in the Vitamix. Make sure this thing is closed. I've made the mistake of not closing this thing, and it was quite a nice mess in my kitchen. Do not put it on for too long. I don't want to heat my ingredients. There's nothing worse than having a nice warm green drink. And that's that mix. So here's my shake, looking nice and green. And I just wanted to mention at the end is there's going to be lots of goodies in here. So make sure you put a bit of water, swish it around and drink that. And then when you've finished drinking this, also put a bit of water in there and make sure you drink that too. And I know there's a lot of ingredients, but just start with the basics and just work up. I'm always changing ingredients, figuring out what works and what needs to be tweaked. So here's to a nice healthy green drink.